All right, well, we're back again, and we
Back to
got Andy
back,
again this
Andy.
time.
Everybody's gonna be sick of me.
Yeah, he's well, no, I mean, who cares? It's it's our podcast, and if we want Andy 2 days, then we're gonna have Andy 2 days. He doesn't have 150,000 subscribers like I thought, but you know what? Anything can happen because we're recording this just after the last one. We were talking about figures, and me and Justin have this long-running gimmick where it's like, hey, we're gonna start buying figures again, like we're a
No,
bunch of
no, no.
marks.
The gimmick was we stopped buying figures forever, but we just keep buying more.
So Justin was asking Andy about his, him selling the collection, and Andy was talking about how he just saw him at the store and was like, thinking, oh man, I can get this or I can get that, and so I was about to tell a story about this weekend, and so on Sunday, I just randomly was like, I'm just gonna go to Walmart. And just like look at like cards and see if they have cards, and they didn't have any cards. And then I was like, you know what? For some reason, I was like, I'm gonna. We have like another Walmart like across town, um, or I guess in the town over, and then right next door to that Walmart is a Target. So I had no plans to go to either of these stores. I decided to go. I walk into Target and I see this really really weird Captain America. It has like a black box. It's like a real colorful, like outside with a bunch of random things, and like the figure itself is like orange and blue and purple and yellow and red. And I'm like, what is this? I've never seen this before. And so next to it is like a backpack with the same style, and it's got like Thor and Iron Man and Spider Man. And I had no idea what this was. I saw a T-shirt that had the same thing on there. And I was like, I've never seen these. What are they? These look amazing. So I took the Captain America and I scanned the price, and it was like 10.99, which normally like exclusives are like $15. So 10.99 is like, okay, so it's not like a super like rare exclusive. And then I go over and I DM'd a friend of the show, Noah. I don't know how to say his name. I still don't know how to say his last name. But shout out to Noah. He'll be on at some point. And he was like, "Oh, these just came out this morning." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's good." Um, so I guess they're like these blacklight exclusive, like Target exclusive, like Funko Pops, and they have Iron Man, they have Captain America, Spider Man, Doctor Strange, and Thor. And so I left. I bought the T-shirt and I bought the figure because I was like, these are just so sweet. And when I left, um, he said, "Why don't you check the toy section because a lot of like people are finding them in the toy section." So I was like, "Okay." So I walked inside. I found Clorox wipes. I bought those, but the toy section was all empty. And I was like, "What the heck?" They had posters. They had bigger backpacks, and they had like an empty shelf where they probably would have been. And so I went like to another Target like 10, 15 minutes away just to find these things. And like the only ones they had at the second store were just a bunch of Captain Americas. And I'm like, these must be the rarest things ever. Or they just probably didn't get like they probably got like one of each because like I didn't know what to think. They had an Iron Man hat because I was looking for Iron Man. They had an Iron Man hat in the same style, so I bought that just because I was like, you know what, it looks cool, and just in case if it becomes rare because it is like a limited thing. And Andy, earlier you were talking about, oh, maybe I'll just like collect the superheroes. And I was sitting there in the car driving to the other Target thinking, am I gonna buy, there's five in the set, am I gonna buy all five of these because of how awesome the figures look and how awesome the box looks? And I was just like, man, like I don't want to buy them all because like I don't really care for Doctor Strange that much. Thor, if if I had to like make a list like of these five, like Thor would be fourth, and Iron Man is number one. Spider Man is like a close number two with Captain America coming in at three. So I'm like, man, I wish I could find these again. Um, and so, I mean, Andy, when you walk into the stores now, ever since like we we were talking your ear off about figures and stuff, like, are you like going past like the figure section now, like you're a kid again?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost bad because like I'm like actively looking for it now. Like I'm just like, oh, like this figure kind of looks cool. Like and like watching like Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Like, I,
That podcast has been a blessing and a curse for me.
oh yeah, 100%. Like, dude, like,
Because of them I sold everything, and now because of them I want to buy like every Undertaker figure. Well, not everyone, but I worked on the elites, and now I'm going to like classics and or randoms.
yeah, like, dude, like there's literally days where like when they would upload like 30-minute episodes or whatever of them just looking at toys, I'd literally go and like buy pizza, come home and eat and watch them do this, and then be like, oh, so now I need to go to Walmart and see if there's any cool figures
Yeah,
there.
dude.
And I'm
You're
just
doing
like,
it's like 2010 all over again.
yeah, dude, it literally is because, you know, we'd watch each other do unboxings of all these different figures and be like, "Oh, damn, I really want that," you know? And then you'd go and you'd go and buy it and then make your own video on it and then somebody else would want to go and buy it and it was like a never-ending like chain. And now it's like you're watching these wrestlers do it and you're like, "Damn, like this figure's really nice. Like I wonder if they have it at my like Toys R Us or if they have it at my Walmart or wherever people get figures from." And like I'm starting to see like some of these really nice figures. I'm like, damn, like I could low key display these. Like, you know, this could be nice. And then I'm like, no, I can't do it. So like then I walk away and then I
Because the
go
thing is,
home.
done this when you're younger, and they were all just in a tote in your basement, right?
Yeah.
And
Like,
now you're bringing them back to life because I somewhat try to convince you to sell them. Now you're like,
oh,
maybe
I'm
I
gonna
should buy.
sell them.
You
I'm
sell what you
definitely gonna
don't
sell
want.
them.
You sell what you
Yeah.
don't want, and then
Sell what
you.
you don't want, and then you're going to rebuy stuff you do want now, I bet.
And honestly, like here's the thing, Andy, that like I've kind of like realized because I've gone back and like like all the videos that I would copy like Breach and like upload figure videos at Walmart and stuff like that. Like I've gone back in those videos and like when I'm at Toys R Us or I'm at Walmart, I see these figures that at the time I would just pass them and they would just like sit on the pegs for like weeks on end. And now like there's like one particular like the one series with DX and Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and Hornswoggle at with DX gear that goes for hundreds of dollars, but at the time it was just like $15 sitting right there, and I made a
Yeah.
video showing it, and it's like that's the thing where it's like the other day when I went to Walmart I saw like the John Cena like elite figure with like the the Giants like I'm not the Giants the Yankees like jersey and the hat and everything from Mania last year where he came out, and I saw like a Lacey Evans and I was like, oh, like that looks sweet. And it's like, why am I looking at these figures? And they had the like the Masters of the Universe or whatever it was. Justin, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, they had a Rey Mysterio, they had a Macho Man, they had a John Cena. John Cena's all blue, like he looks like Marty Wolf from Big
You
Fat
can't
Liar.
see
He's
me
all
seeing the
blue,
things.
and
Oh man.
I'm like, why am I gonna buy these? Like, why do I need this Rey Mysterio? Like, cool looking whatever it's called figure. Like, why do I need this John Cena with the backwards hat? Like, I don't know.
You don't.
It's I
That's the
know.
thing. Like, dude, but that's Cena, like you might want to buy that one. Like I feel like that one low key is gonna have a lot of value, but
You think
I don't
so?
know.
Because there was a couple there, so that's why I was like, eh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
watch, and then you're gonna be like, I should have bought it like that day.
Well, because
I
I don't
Like
know, because
Cena
like
though, Cena's very hit and miss because he has so many mass-produced figures that it's like
yeah,
but that one, like with that gear, man, like I feel like that would go off. Like I don't like now that you're saying about the videos, like I don't even want to go back and look because like looking at sometimes like those clearance packs at Walmart with the cards and it's like they're like
oh,
$3
dude,
and there's like super good rookies in there that go for like literally like $10,000. Like,
dude, the
oh my
freaking
God.
the 2013 Panini Prism basketball packs will haunt me forever because I went back recently, and obviously that's big because of like the Giannis like rookie is in there, and I went back in one of my videos and there it is, just all those packs are just sitting there, and I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
now those are worth like $500 a piece, like.
Mm.
It's ridiculous because it's just paper, with figures. It's just toys that kids play with. But like at the end of the day, it's turned into like a bigger thing now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and for me, it's like I'm trying to think like, first of all, the reason why I want to sell the wrestling figures that I have that like have value and like I know I can make money on is like sure I like at the end of the day you always want to keep this stuff you have. Like you never want to
Yeah.
really sell it, right? And for me it's like with how much video stuff I'm doing, like I want to invest into my channel, so like I want to get like a stupid good microphone, like I want to get something that'll, help my channel. So it's like that's like kind of the motivation, but it's like I know that one day I want to have like I want to own property, like I want to have a house, and it's like I can already picture my basement being like having a shelf of figures, like I can already see it, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm very scared for that day because I'm going to spend an unnecessary amount of money on figures that I'm gonna be like, oh, well, why did I just buy this? Like, but at the same time, if it looks cool, I mean, whatever, right? But um, I don't know. There's still there's still that bit in me, and like I know people are like, oh, it's just a kid thing, but it's like, dude, like if it looks cool, like the packaging, the display, like it's a cool piece, and like it's a conversation piece at the same time. If you get like a really cool, like Black Panther figure, like that's something I want to get into. Like I want to buy like the Black Panther figures, like really good ones, maybe not Funkos, like really good Black Panther figures, like
Oh, statues.
Yeah.
yeah, like dude, like that's like a conversation piece. Be like, dude, like that movie was sick, and then like who knows, maybe then you start watching the movie, like you know what I mean? Like, it's things like that where I think that it's just if you buy the figures just to be like, oh, I have it now, like that to me seems like it's still fun, but at the end of the day, you might regret it more. But if you have it, you display it, and you like really appreciate it, and you like it can be a conversation piece, and like it's all pros, then it's a good purchase. Like you have to kind of look at it that way. Like Justin's buying all of the Undertaker figures. Like he's been displaying them. Like I've seen the videos and stuff. Like you've been displaying them. You've actually been trying to like put some thought into what you're buying, and like that means something. So there's a difference between that and just like buying it just to have it, you know?
Yeah, I gotta just like all the
That's
time. I
we're
gotta
out of that
justify.
buying just to have because we're like, there's no video really to watch or like, oh, we're gonna buy just to have.
Mhm. No, but back in the day, let me tell you, when I would always look and like ask people like on Twitter like, hey, is this rare? If it's rare, I need to buy it because like it was just like, oh, that's a rare figure, I gotta buy it. And now, um, like I have to justify like, okay, this Triple H figure is $30, but it comes with a water bottle and a sledgehammer, and it's like, at some point I'm gonna get Shawn Michaels, so I'll need a Triple H to go with it. There we go, I bought it. Or like the
I bought
Nakamura is the
this
same.
Fiend figure because he only has one. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll start a Fiend collection.
And now they're gonna like, yeah. Or like
Oh
I bought
man,
But
I
I
gotta
also
bought
buy
what's it
that.
called?
when it looks cool because it's actually like a character, not like a wrestler.
Yeah, dude, and like
Yeah.
now I feel like I need to buy it because I was at SummerSlam, and it's like I'm gonna have to end up with that figure. Like I know damn well I'm gonna end up with that figure. So I don't know if there's still a pre-order or if I missed the boat on that, but like
No,
I'm
they're pre-order.
I'm gonna have to
Oh,
buy it.
now there's like two variants. This is the dumbest thing ever. They changed the color from like I think it's like brown to blonde or blonde to brown, and now there's two different colors.
Oh, well, maybe that drives the price down
Or does it drive it
eventually.
up?
I don't think it would drive it up. I feel like people want it to be like just one figure, but um oh man, now I really want to buy that figure now. I completely forgot about that because
See,
it's the SummerSlam packaging too.
yeah. With that, like that's one of the ones where like in that same set as the AJ one. And like that AJ one looks really cool, and I'm gonna probably buy that one to go with like Nakamura and
AJ,
to go with
I have to
my.
buy that AJ wearing the jeans when they finally released that Boneyard set.
Oh yeah,
Oh
dude!
my god.
Imagine they released that like with like a 2-pack like the Milkomania one. You know what I'm
Bro.
talking about?
Oh my god,
But I
dude.
don't
An
think I
AJ
want
Undertaker
to.
Boneyard 2-pack?
But I know what you mean.
Oh, you know what? I wish I would have bought. I wish I would have bought the Festival of Friendship like figure box set thing,
Yes. Yes.
because that's like, I mean, that's like huge now. Well, I feel like it's not that. I feel like it's not that rare, but like that's Kevin Owens and Jericho, and that was like such a big time. That that was the list. That was like a big moment. Now Jericho's in AEW. Kevin Owens is the future WWE champion, so it's like like you know, that's just like it's like a big moment in history. And it would
Yeah.
be cool to put it up with my Kevin Owens collection one day. So
I want to eventually have like a setup like I was talking about, like in a basement, like like a man cave type thing where it's like I want to have a setup where it's like Raw and SmackDown wrestlers that I really liked when I was like growing up, like probably like the 2008, 2009 era, maybe. Maybe a few years before that too, like just mix in like some of the wrestlers that I really enjoyed watching, like, have like a
mhm.
Rey Mysterio and Edge and Orton and Undertaker. Like that setup would be sick. Like that's something that I want to do. Like maybe like have like the setup with like the SmackDown fist in the background with like the old Raw Titantron. Like that would be sick. Like I want to do something like that with all the wrestlers that I like grew up watching. And to me, like that would be worth it because it's actually something that means something to me. So like that's what I would like that's what I would probably do. And maybe that's the set I start working on now because there we go. I just made an excuse like just to buy figures, but um I already have some of them, I guess, downstairs, but I want to buy like the stupid good like elite figures like of all of them. So
Yeah.
that
Well,
could be a
do you have
problem.
any CM Punks? Any extra CM Punks? Because I'm looking for any CM Punks you got, and I'm not trying to pay the eBay prices because those are just like ridiculous. So
Dude, honestly, I think the only like decent CM Punk I have like that CM Punk Chris Jericho 2-pack.
CM Punk Chris Jericho
It's
2-pack.
like, dude, it's like a really old like Jax figure.
Let's see. I'm looking it up right now.
I
Oh,
dude, I can't find it anywhere. Maybe I don't know if you found it already, but
yeah. I just looked up CM Punk Chris Jericho Jax. It's like ruthless aggression on like the front and stuff.
yeah, I have that, but
That'd be funny to have. Yeah, that'd be funny to have because that's like, obviously everything that happened. I guess,
yeah.
it's funny to look back on. But yeah, no, that's one of those things. Like if I can go back to like 2006 Toys R Us, like just buy them all. Like that's what I did. Like the one time I just bought a bunch of like figures and all. I opened them while I was watching like the 2007 or 2006 like Saturday Night's Main Event, and I just played with them the whole time. And you know, I got that like Money in the Bank like Jack's setup thing where it's like the big ring and the Money in the Bank hanging from the middle, and that's like you were saying, like have like a setup one day, and that's like honestly a lot of the purchases that I've been making when it comes to like the figures, like what would look cool years from now in like a man cave or an office, like what would go good with my all in and AEW posters. Oh, these like revival figures that I got on clearance for $3, or this Neville like figure that I got for like a couple bucks, or my New Japan figures that I'm gonna like set up and have all these retros that are just chilling here. Um, so it's like and then like obviously like to have all the just buy a bunch of Shawn Michaels and Kevin Owens and CM Punk figures as well. That
Yeah,
would be,
that's a guy that I'm surprised I haven't bought any figures of. Like I thought I'd for sure have Kevin Owens figures by now, but I think I'm just kind of like waiting to see which one I like the most, and then I'll probably just like I want to display that with the stuff that I got signed by him when I met him. Like I have the
mm-hmm.
T-shirt that I got signed by him, like in a like an actual like shadow box, and I have the photo that he signed for me framed. It's him with like the universal title, so like I kind of want to have like a section where it's like that photo, the t-shirt, and then like maybe I'll like put the photo of him and I like somewhere inside of there, or like a separate small frame, and then like a figure. I think that would look sick. um
Yeah,
that's something I want to do with like eventually, like it still hasn't happened and I wanted to, like one day I want to meet Rey Mysterio, right? I've still to this day never met him,
that's
still
pretty
to this
crazy.
day never seen him wrestle live. Never. Like dude, the one time I got tickets for SmackDown, I got surprised, was the only time he's ever been suspended by WWE.
Oh,
Hmm.
I just sent
So,
you a snap of my Kevin Owens wall that I started.
oh, I was like, dude, like I just got a Snapchat. Oh, okay, yeah. See, like I want to do something like that. Like that's
Yeah,
sick. Like that plaque is amazing. And then of course the logo that you made. I remember all that stuff. That
I'm
was
glad that I got the top one where it's the Kevin Owens, the sealed Kevin Owens like retro figure. Like
yeah.
I'm glad that I bought two of those because, that's one of those things that it's like when like I think I took the bus or I rode my bike or something. And I put them in my backpack with like my frozen pizza and like my like strawberries or something like you know. And that was like, oh well, I got to make sure that this Kevin Owens, like these two Kevin Owens figures are okay because I don't want to smash them. And yeah,
Dude, that's
no,
so funny. Now all I can think of is that promo that he cut when he was telling you to switch your channel name. Oh my god.
that'll be playing like on a loop on like a an iPad 10, like right below it, in this office that I'm gonna have one day.
That's jokes. The only thing I told him was like I just went up to him. I'm like, dude, like you're the reason why I got back into wrestling, and it's true. Like, I mean, well, I guess that Justin also had a hand in that too because technically
That's
he's the one that showed me him. So, um,
that's
yeah,
my fault.
yeah, I guess. So if I buy figures now, I'll just send you the tab
The
and you can
bill, that's
pay
what I'm
for
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We don't. I don't. Sorry, Mister. I have a million subscribers.
it. Stop, dude. That doesn't mean I'm loaded, dude.
Yeah.
I have to pay for my car. I gotta pay for everything, dude.
Same.
Um, no, but dude, figures is a problem, dude. Like I thought I was done with figures, and boy, do I have a problem coming up. So
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's like I have to like there was a good like year or two where I wouldn't go buy the figures, and now it's like I go to the cards first and I go to the figures after. Like got to do that loop, you know, just to make sure
that's
you
true.
cover all your bases. A wise man once said that you can't leave a state without looking for figures. And I live that Chris Minetta's quote to this day. That's
Man, him and Jay Hardy fan, bro. Did they have beef or what?
well on that
Apparently,
I
note.
listened to that podcast. I'm like, oh God, this is not going good for him. Oh
you
man.
listen to that 50-minute podcast with Jeff?
Dude, I listened to the whole thing. I listened to the podcast. Like I actually liked the podcast. Like I listened to it. So, um, no, I listened to the whole thing. And dude, like you got to remember, like I used to love watching his videos. So I wanted to hear what he had to say. Like I wanted the behind the scenes of what he was doing. I had no idea he was gambling and all that stuff like that. And good for him.
Oh
Like
yeah, that
I'm
was
happy for him, man. Like that's incredible. Like he's completely changed his life and like dude's killing it. So but I mean, Chris, yo, like, I mean, Chris and I were supposed to have a match at WrestleMania. I remember him and I on Skype. We were like, dude, like, we're gonna both be wrestlers one day. Yeah, right. What a joke.
On that note,
What a joke. We're just both doing our own thing now. But man, dude, I was geeking. Sorry, I'm off topic here. But man, when he
no,
started bringing up that he had beef, I'm like, oh man, what's Pico gonna say about this?
no.
Oh
That's
God.
well, for real this time. The next time that you're on, you'll be at 150,000 subscribers. So you
Yeah,
know,
JK, we're recording a podcast in 5 minutes about Jay Hardy Fan 54.
the
we're out of here.
beef.
We're out of
The
here. That's it.
YWC beef. That'll be Thursday. No, all right. Well, Andy, thanks again for talking about figures, and you'll have to keep us posted and see what you buy in the next couple days when you go to the store.
Yeah.
So that's it. All right, we'll talk to you again after a while.